concept of siblings has to be one of the most flummoxing notions known to man. I feel like siblings are just different variants of the same person. I don't know how to explain it. And as the younger sibling, I can confidently say that older siblings are just the rough drafts for real. They were just experiments, you know? But in all seriousness, my sister has to be one of the smartest and kind-hearted people that I know. But I can't say the same for the individuals on this list because they have to share a house with some of the most exasperating and uncharitable entities in cartoon history. So today, we'll be discussing some of the most corrupt and flagitious siblings that have ever been implemented in the cartoons, as well as some of their most malevolent moments in said cartoon. Comment down below the worst sibling in animated television or movie, and like and subscribe if you're new. Also, let me know what other siblings I missed out on, because I'm probably going to make a part 2 if y'all want to see it. So you know what I'm saying? Let me know. Put me on, bro. The first sibling that I want to talk about is Dora Winifred Reed. Where do I even begin? Even when I was watching this show as a fetus, I knew that DW was more annoying than a pair of wet socks. I understand that she was like 4 or 5 years old, but even with that being said, she was still on some petty shit. Like, y'all remember the episode where she dropped Arthur's plane out the fucking window after he explicitly told her not to touch it? She spilled his paint, touched the plane while it was still drying, and took his plane without his permission. As a matter of fact, she tried to get this nigga in trouble after she was the one who got paint on her hands. She dropped his plane like a K-Dot diss track and then tried to gaslight him into thinking that it was his fault. Now, I don't condone hitting toddlers, but I can't say I was exactly dismayed when he decided to mod her ass. And why the hell did it take her a decade and a half to register the punch? Did she lag or something? She ate that punch like a quarter pounder with cheese, but then got the nerve to rat Arthur out. I think we've all had the younger sibling or family member that tries to force themselves to cry so that you would get in trouble. Like, I would hit my cousin with a stuffed animal or something. Next thing I know, he's on the ground acting like he got hit by a fucking desert eagle. Arthur is better than me though, because I would have treated her ass like that model plane, bro. But this episode did give us one of the best memes of all time. It was that day that I learned that Arthur had better hands than Allstate. Another instance in which DW displayed some of the most incommodious behavior on TV was when she was fiending over that immaterial ass snowball. She decided she wanted to keep a snowball in the freezer, then it mysteriously disappeared. And what does she do next? Does she A, realize that it's a damn snowball and move on with her life, or B, blame Arthur for the umpteenth time in the show? If you guess B, blaming on Arthur, go ahead and get yourself a pat on the back. Because once again, she tried to blame Arthur expeditiously. She just came in his room throwing shit on the floor like she was raiding P. Diddy's crib or something. And then she causes Arthur's friends and family to start quarreling and turning against each other like some kind of civil war. Then she puts on this facade to trick her grandma into taking her side. Whole time it was some scrotum-headed aliens who took the damn snowball. Another thing that perpetually boils my blood is the fact that her dim-witted parents are always enabling her behavior. I vividly remember the episode where DW didn't get the toy that she wanted for Christmas, and then she threw this big-ass temper tantrum. And her mother starts rubbing her head like a fucking genie lamp or something. If I were to ever attempt such endeavors, my mom would have folded me like a burrito, bro. It was so obvious that DW was the golden child, and I get it, she's the younger sibling, but they used to hold the fuck out of Arthur, bro. I can't even lie. And is it me, or was she on that show crying more than baby Kate? How does that even work? She was one of the most spoiled, pampered, and irksome characters I've ever seen on TV. Like, her and Caillou could deadass go brat for brat, and it doesn't exactly help her case that she became a police officer when she grew up. All in all, she's just an immoral ass rodent. But the last juncture that I want to talk about regarding DW is when she crashed the fuck out because she had to eat spinach at a restaurant. She embarrassed her entire family and made the waiter quit his job in a fraction of the time. A 2-for-1 special. Her parents finally grow a backbone and decide to ground her ass from going to eat out anymore. But then this prehistoric ass grandma gets on her knees immediately and starts glazing with no hesitation.
If DW can't come to the restaurant, I'd be just as happy coming over here for dinner.
What? And Miss Once Upon a Restaurant?
It just wouldn't be a happy birthday if DW wasn't there.
Shit. So you see, DW's just a spoiled ass brat who manipulates and exploits everyone around her. If I was Arthur, I would've just dropped out of elementary school to become a full-time entrepreneur and move to Dubai. If you know, you know. Now we gotta talk about Candice Flynn. Now I know that Candice isn't exactly the most iniquitous character on this list, but I still wanted to include her because she has to be one of the biggest snitches that I've ever laid my eyes on. Seriously bro, she was a bigger rat than Master Splinter. Her jersey is hanging in the rafters with Tekashi 6ix9ine and Randall from Recess, bro. I know she isn't necessarily an antagonist, but she definitely used to be on some bullshit. Phineas and Ferb minded their own business, and here she comes, E5-4-fum, ready to fuck everything up. This ginger AirPod really dedicated her entire life to getting her brothers in trouble. As a matter of fact, she almost let this sentient Dorito fall to his death because she was contemplating saving the disc with the evidence on it. She also let Redding out her brothers come between her friendship with Stacy, aka her only friend. And the one time her tattletale tactics were actually triumphant, she got these niggas sent to a reformatory school where they had all their creativity and imagination drained from their body like a washcloth or something. Seriously bro, they were being put into metal cages and sprayed down with water like they were in Planet of the Apes. She's just a jealous ass life host who always had it out for Phineas and Ferb. Now I'm not gonna go as far as to say she doesn't care about her brothers. Well actually, she used her stroller to prop open a door while she went to a store, but you know, we all make mistakes sometimes. I've heard people claim that she just wants to keep her brothers safe and that she cares about their well-being and welfare. Helen Keller could see through that bullshit. Plus, she was selfish as hell. She was constantly using their inventions for her own personal gain, but then would turn around and try to get them in trouble. But the most pinheaded thing that I remember her doing was when she went back in time as an adult to snitch on the boys, and she ended up causing Dr. Doofenshmirtz to become emperor of the tri-state area. In my humble opinion, she needs to stay in her lane and mind her own business. But instead of dedicating every waking moment of her day to busting her brothers, she should have been pursuing a career in music. Because I'll be lying if I said that she wasn't putting out absolute hits. Her shit would have went multi-platinum, bro. Now we gotta talk about Brad and Brianna Batowski. Now when I was growing up, Kick Batowski was one of my favorite shows to watch. So this numbnut and all his antics were engraved in my brain like a tombstone. This walking parasite gives me the heebie-jeebies. You can just look at this nigga and tell he's an Andrew Tate supporter and a red pill recruit. The tic-tac-toe fade, the lean gut, the belt choking the absolute life out of his waist. I know this nigga's room smells like mildew, Cheeto puffs, and helplessness. He was almost like the animated version of Roderick Heffley, except subtract everything that made him somewhat pardonable. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of similarities between Kick Batowski and Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but that's another story for another day. Anywhoosies, the maneuvers that this shameful motherfucker was pulling off were nothing short of deranged. My nigga Kick was just trying to chase his dreams of becoming a daredevil and make it out the trenches even though he lived in the suburbs. And here comes Brad ready to thwart his plans. I remember the Mother's Day episode, he was trying to sabotage Kick's Mother's Day breakfast because he thought that Kick was their mom's second favorite child after his sister. He was just an asshole for no explicable reason. And this nigga Brad was always trying to spit game at every female in sight. He was really moving like Brock from Pokemon. And obviously since Brad has worse hygiene than Oscar the Grouch and was about as sharp as a pair of marbles, he was getting rejected left and right like he was playing against 94 Hakeem. One of the episodes he was sipping hard as hell for his boss who had no interest in him whatsoever and was just using him so she wouldn't have to do any work. This mangled motherfucker was hawk tooing all over her and was getting played like an idiot the entire time.
So, when are we going out?
How about the 30th of February?
So the date? Yeah, Brad.
But one of the most repulsive and reprehensible things that this nigga did was collect gum from the entire cheerleading team. How do you even conceive such a thing, bro? This motherfucker was dumpster diving like them people on extreme cheapskates. Most people collect trading cards, but this nigga collects chewed gum. But at least he knows his worth, I guess.
Oh, dear sweet reenactment bride. How I will love you and cherish you and lavish you with...
That'll be $50 extra for the gargantuan babe.
$50? That's it. Deal breaker. You only want me for my money. Be gone with you.
Now, Your Honor, for this next segment, I would like to present a clip to strengthen my argument.
Yeah, Brad.
Kick was just trying to catch some Z's and this dick waffle sticks his BBL right in his face and projects what I can only assume is the most putrid stench ever conjured. How was the entire room consumed by this funky ass odor? My nigga, are you part skunk or something? This nigga was always ripping ass on Kick, but I guess it makes sense considering his mom was Ice Spice because she's always rapping about poop, butts, farts, and diarrhea. But the tomfoolery didn't stop with Brad because this fake ass honey boo boo was moving duplicitously. She was like a pothole in the middle of the road. You forget that they're there until it makes itself known again and now you're pissed off. Now we gotta talk about Amy from Total Drama. If you know who this demon incarnate is, then you already know the bullshit she was on. Now I know after Total Drama World Tour, the producers started throwing absolutely anything on the screen and calling it television. So was Total Drama Pocketel Island a good season? No. Did I watch every second of every episode? Yes. And in said process, I was met with what I can only describe as the most insensitive and tactless sibling on this entire list. Amy. Now for some context, Amy has a twin sister named Sammy, but everyone calls her Sammy because she's seen as the lesser Amy, which is already fucked up as it is. But you would think that on a show where the main goal is to make it as far as possible to win the $1 million prize, the sisters would stick together like some overcooked noodles. Instead, Amy had it out for her sister for the entire duration of their stint, bro. Like when they jumped out of the plane, she punted her ass like a field goal hoping she fall to her death. And then even when they reached the ground, she lands on her like she's mounted on Yoshi or something. And then later in the episode, she used her sister as a human shield. It was lamentable, bro. But then when Sammy finally stands up for herself, Amy starts crying and gaslighting and the rest of the contestants eat that shit up like a mukbang. Hell, they lost one of the challenges because she was arguing with Sammy about who should drop the balloon. Long story short, Sammy ends up tricking Amy with a poisonous fruit and gets her packed up from the island by pulling a little switcheroo. Toodles, my nigga, you won't be missed. So you would think that this is a W for Sammy, right? Well, now she has to pretend to be her sister so nobody would catch on to her. But then Amy eventually spins the block and since Chris can't tell them apart, they both get the boot. So all's well that ends well, right? Man, who really gives a damn? This show gave me migraines, chest pains, and 4 different types of indigestion. Now we gotta talk about Dee Dee. Now we all know that Dee Dee isn't presumptuous or impudent in any way, shape, or form, but suffering succotash was she annoying. I would be more heated than a tea kettle if I invested my blood, sweat, and tears into an invention, and this rejected Poppy Playtime character comes along and ravages all that shit within seconds, bro. I get that she was kind of like a contrast to Dexter's huge ego, but she still makes my ass itch. I never understood how she was even able to get into his lab. Dexter be making all this fake ass Tony Stark technology but can't invent an effective security system. Her lanky ass couldn't keep her hands off shit. I wouldn't trust anything in that laboratory anyway. You fuck around and press a button, now your hands are ass cheeks or something. But I do gotta give credit where credit's due because she got my nigga Dexter into his spiritual bag. You know what I'm saying? Geyser. She finally got him to touch grass for the first time, bro. But I think that's gonna wrap everything up for this video, man. Comment down below the worst sibling in cartoon history. Like, subscribe if you're new. Join the family. We going crazy. 2024 takeover. is in full effect, baby. Also, let me know if y'all want to see a part 2 of this video. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man of the people. Let me know if y'all want to see me talk about Sarah from Edda and Eddie, Terrence from Foster's Home, Scar from Lion King. You know what I'm saying? Let me know, bro. Put me on. Let me know if y'all want to see a part 2 of this video, and I will definitely make it happen. I love y'all. Thank y'all for making it to the end of the video. You know what I'm saying? I'm just blessed to be here, man. I'm blessed. I'm thankful. All glory to God. Thank y'all for allowing me to make these videos for y'all. But with all that being said, thank you for watching the video. Hope y'all enjoyed. I hope this video finds you in good spirits. I'm ggrimey. It's been real. I'm out. I love y'all. Peace.